Hello all, it's your girl Tiffany, Madam Malicious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces, High Priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern day nun, one whom isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on tonight. If you would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. This is going to be a follow-up on the video I did on yesterday pertaining to Audrii Cunningham, who was missing. She has now been found, which I kind of knew that once I did that reading that video, that all of a sudden she was going to appear and be found. And just like I told you all, I figured that she was going to be found in the water, and she was. I want to go through some things though. Okay, so they are now like I said, she's been found as of today. The person that they was a person of interest that they questioned. They have been holding him in jail on an unrelated charge throughout this entire time, but she was found today, so now they want to formally bring charges up against this person. The reason why I'm doing this update is because he is not the only person who is involved here. Okay, I do feel like they're going to make him the overall fall guy or whatever. But if you all listen to the reading that I did pertaining to this on yesterday, I matter of factly told you all that this person has connections to the family. He knows the family very well. They mix and mingle together quite often. And as it wasn't said before, but it is being said now after I said it, that he in fact lived in a trailer right behind Audrei's family's home, and it also has been said that he was the person who was left to be responsible to get Audrii to her bus stop that day, which I find highly suspicious for various different reasons. Okay, number one, what good parent is allowing some random as individual, like the person that you see next to her on the screen here, with the second neo-Nazi as a tattoo on him, take your daughter to the bus stop, okay, and trust him with taking your daughter. What was wrong with you? Why couldn't you take your own damn daughter to the bus stop? You understand what I'm saying? This is some unsavory ass character. You wouldn't leave anybody with this person. Okay, so I found that to be very interesting. I also told you all in the reading that I did yesterday, Audrii, there's a lot of things that was staged in this case. Audrii never went to that bus stop. She never made it to that bus stop. She didn't walk to that bus stop because like they told you that she normally would walk the little short distance from her house to the bus stop every day. This one in particular day, she was supposed to be driven and dropped off at the bus stop by this ransom guy, not by a parent, by this guy here, okay, who happens to live in the trailer right behind the family's home, or next to the family's home, or whatever. She wasn't driven to that bus stop. She didn't walk to that bus stop. She never made it to that bus stop that day. Okay, y'all need to understand, Audrii Cunningham never got dressed for that day to prepare to go to school or anything. I told you all in the reading that I did yesterday, something happened to her the night before. Okay, everything that went on with her happened the night before. Everything else was staged. Okay, her backpack was planted in that open field out there in the grass with some other objects for it to be found. Okay, that was, I told you all in the reading that I did yesterday that was planted evidence. Okay, this young lady never made it to the bus stop. She didn't leave any of her belongings behind outside because she was never out there. Okay, something happened to her the night before. Okay, I'm doing this update because, as I said, she has been found. They're going to file formal charges against the Don Stephen Mcdougal guy. Okay, but he is not the only suspect. Okay, I knew that he had a direct tie to that family. He's like friends, buddies. And I need y'all to understand too. I know this is a very serious situation or whatever, but we're dealing with some unsavory people all the way across the board. Okay, persons who are into narcotics and other forms of drug use, or perhaps even alcoholism or whatever else. Okay, there's some type of habits and addictions that is there, okay, amongst all parties that's involved. Okay, I also matter of factly know, and I told you all on the reading that I did yesterday, there was some type of party. I didn't know what else to call it. I felt what came out my mouth yesterday was sex ritual, sex party, sex ritual. I didn't know what else to call it. There was some type of gathering, get together, party, or something that went on the night before with Audrii Cunningham's, family, this guy, the neighbor, and whoever else was there. Okay, I also want to tell you, not only are these people into drug use and alcohol, they are also into devil worship, Satanism. Okay, which is something that was going on during this gathering, during this get together. Because if you all remember, I kind of go into some things, because for some reason there were several other situations, other cases of missing persons and situations that have come up that kind of, I don't know why I was triggered to think about those cases during those. Well, I do know why, but for some reason there was like bits and pieces of these other cases. I talked to you all about what happened with JonBenet Ramsey, how she died. Okay, there was never some random stranger that broke in the house and crept up to specifically JonBenet Ramsey's room and snuck her out the bed and took her down to her own basement, sodomized her, raped her, abused her, killed her, and then, tiptoed to the kitchen, sat down, and wrote out a freaking ransom note for somebody you already freaking killed, and then just casually left. No, JonBenet Ramsey died in a sex ritual. She had been abused and passed around for quite some time throughout her childhood. She was accidentally killed during a satanic sex ritual, and the whole scene was staged. Everything was staged. Okay, and the reason why they never found held anybody responsible for that situation, because there was a lot of high profile, wealthy people, elite people around that situation that happened. Okay, I spoke to you all about that case. Okay, that kind of, this situation with Audrii kind of made me think about that situation here, because especially when the party thing came up, and then something with like devil worship or Satanism or whatever, and then the sexual undertones of things that was going on, I couldn't think of anything else to say in the moment besides sex ritual or sex party or whatever the hell it was. But it was something like that, and it made me think of JonBenet Ramsey. Also, I brought up Kathy O'Brien. Now, obviously, Audrii Cunningham's situation is not exactly like Kathy O'Brien's, but I remember before all the other stuff that happened with Kathy O'Brien, like what was going on in her childhood before all the other stuff went on, her affiliations and connections with persons in power and authority, and before she was, kind of pimped out and passed around, there was abuses that was going on within the home. And that's why I made reference to Kathy O'Brien, and that's what I was triggered to remember that as it relates to this situation. But the biggest thing that led me to this situation, if you all watched the video that I did yesterday on Audrii Cunningham, I think I forgot to mention it, okay, but I did write it in the description box. So if y'all read the description, I'm not sure how many of you all watch, people's videos and you read the things that they write in the description box below the video or whatever, but I actually talked about it in the description box. What led me to this situation is the night before, which would have been day before yesterday, because I did the reading on her on yesterday. It would have been the night before. The day before, I was up. I was wide awake. I was up, and I had this vision, like a daydream kind of thing, and I seen this Caucasian child with blonde hair and like some type of maybe striped type of shirt. It seems like it was like white, and then there was like a certain darker color, like a red or whatever color, and then a white, and then the other color again, almost like a striped type of shirt. But anyway, I seen this child, and then I seen this man reach down and grab this child. And then I kind of snapped myself out of it, because I was trying to figure out, why in the hell am I having this vision about this Caucasian child that I've never seen before? So I was thinking about it for a minute, and then, I went on doing something else and didn't think about it anymore. Well, when I went to sleep, night before last, I ended up having a dream. And in the dream, it was like it just jumped to the next segment of what went on. I seen this man, and he had this what it looks like to me is it looks like a red wheelbarrow type of thing. Okay, usually gardeners have these things. Okay, it's like a thing you can roll or push or whatever, and usually people like pile dirt or leaves or whatever they're moving in or out of their garden in this thing. But I seen this Caucasian man with this wheelbarrow looking thing, and there's the child's body is in there, and it looks lifeless. This child is not moving, they're not playing around or anything like that. This Caucasian child is in there. He's in a grassy area. I see a bridge, and I see water under this bridge. It looks like the exact same area where they found Audrii Cunningham. I didn't know this when I was having the dream. I had the dream, and I was like, wow, that was a weird dream. I don't know what that is attached to. I don't know where that comes from or why I dreamt that. Well, I got up yesterday, and when I ended up looking online, I had been hearing about her being missing since last Thursday, but the first video that I seen popped up with her, and it was like a news segment, and it was talking about, the updates on, what they were doing to try to find her. And it was interesting to me. What made me look at it was because up until that point, they had not showed the parents. The parents hadn't spoke out, hadn't done any interviews or anything like that. I still have not seen the father. They had the mother on there talking, and she just didn't come off as believable to me. Okay, very much tatted up woman. I mean, but you can't necessarily judge a book by its cover just because this woman had tattoos all over her body and different things like that or whatever. I later found out that obviously Audrii was not living with her mother. She was living with her father, or what have you. But I could tell that this is you know how sometimes people like to make it appear that it's a loving, caring, nurturing type of family dynamic when it really isn't. There is, other things that I found to be going on, from neglect to abuse to various other things that came out in the reading leading up to the situation with Audrii missing in the first place or whatever. So there was a lot of info. So the mother spake, and then there was the information about, supposedly they found her backpack in this field and what search and rescue efforts they were making. And then they were speaking about this Don character that you see on the screen, as well as the vehicle. You see that up here in the left hand corner. They were looking to search this vehicle here, the green SUV here of his. This is Don Stephen Mcdougal, okay, here that you see pictured right next to Audrii Cunningham here, okay. Police had questioned him, but they didn't have any information to arrest him, obviously, but they held him on some other charge, and he has been sitting in jail this entire time. Now, what I found interesting is while he was talking to him, obviously he must have told him, the police, different areas that he went that day, and he just so happened he ended up taking them to an area by a bridge and the lake or what have you, or whatever just so happened that looked like just like what I seen in my dream, or what have you. And it was interesting because she was later found in the Trinity, what is it, Trinity Lake, Trinity River, something like that, or whatever, by that bridge or whatever. So I'm like, wow, okay. But prior to that, I told you all in yesterday's reading on this, what stood out a lot to me was the fact that they spake about Audrii in the past tense. It was like the police and authorities already knew that she was dead. They just had not recovered her body, which I told you all in that reading yesterday that I believe that they knew that she was already dead, and I believe her body was being held. Okay, they was waiting to place her body where they wanted her body to be found. And sure as shit saying, and I told you, sure as shit, a lot of times once I speak things or speak on and then all of a sudden, you know, something happens or whatever. So I knew after I did that reading yesterday, then all of a sudden she was going to be found. And, you know, sure as, you know, shit stinks today, you know, they're like, oh my gosh, we found Audrii. She was in Trinity Lake or River, and down by the riverside and the bridge, and, you know, whatever. And I'm like, this is exactly where I told you what I said in the reading. This is exactly where I said that she was at or whatever. But the whole point in me doing this today, doing the update, is because I feel like they're going to roll this out as undone. He's a straight up pervert, okay? He's obviously a predator. He has a history of committing crimes, and you know, other things or whatever in his life. But I don't think it's right, and I don't think it's fair to just roll that, you know, just let him be the patsy of this all. You understand what I'm saying? Roll this out on you know, solely on him, because the family has ties to this person. The family knows this person. This family mix and mingle with this person, party with this person, and some more shit. I know this, okay? Audrii Cunningham was only with this man, around this man, because of the family, okay? And you would have to question yourself as to why they entrusted this type of person to be with her in the first damn place. This wasn't about like, oh, you know, and then it was said, I heard on the news article, it was said that, you know, he had taken her to the bus stop times before. So this means that the family made a habit of allowing Audrii to be around and in the presence of this man who is clearly a fucking predator, okay? I told you all in the video that I did yesterday, Audrii had been being abused for a while, okay? Sevens kept coming up from the time she was 7. I believe she's 11 now when she went missing. I believe it's from the time she was 7. It could have been for the last 7 years, maybe. If it was for the last 7 years, then clearly it was before the age of 7. It was either she's been being abused sexually in other ways as well, either for the last 7 years or since the age of 7, okay? Which came up in that reading as well, okay? This was not done in secret. The family knows this, okay? The family went along with this, okay? And this is no slick shot wisecrack to the people that loved and cared about Audrii Cunningham. I'm not speaking for those people, to those people. There are persons who are directly connected to Audrii Cunningham who knows that she was being abused, who allowed her to be abused, who had her in the company of unsavory characters just as well as they are unsavory as well, because they are all a part of some type of devil worshiping group. There's some type of satanic ritual abuse that was going on. I need y'all to understand that Audrii Cunningham was, I keep hearing offering. She was offered. And there's also something pertaining to money. So I don't know if somebody owed somebody some money or wanted some money or some drugs or something from somebody or something, but she was offered. And there's something pertaining to some type of ritualistic practices, because I'm literally looking here at the magician, the devil, and death. Okay? So some type of witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, voodoo practices was going on of some kind here. This may have tied into some type of sex ritual or something like that, but it led to her death. Okay? I'm also seeing here the Ten of Cups with the Three of Cups here. The Ten of Cups is the family. The Three of Cups is the party, the gathering, the get-together, the indulgence, the drinking, the alcohol, the drugs, or whatever else. Them indulging with one another, mixing and mingling with one another. That's the Three of Cups card. That's sitting here with the Ten of Cups. There was some type of party, gathering, get-together that went on the night before Audrii came up missing. Okay? And during this time, you get the Magician, the Devil, and Death here. There was, with the Magician and the Devil alone, this was definitely some type of satanic practices. Definitely some type of satanic practices. I need you to understand that this Don Stephen Mcdougal, or whatever his name is, he did not act alone. This is not some predator who was creeping down the street and they molest a van looking for a child to snatch up and lured them in their van and took off with them and did some unsavory things to them and then dumped them along the riverside. You understand what I'm saying? No, this man knows this family personally. He didn't have to sneak and do a goddamn thing. That's the reason why he thought he would be in the clear. He thought he would be in the okay. You understand what I'm saying? The neighborhood. No, he lives in the neighborhood. He lives right next door, right behind the family, Audrei's family. He was around all the time. They mixed and mingled with each other all the time. The neighbors know them. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why there was so many accounts and eyewitnesses to the fact that people hadn't seen Audrii with this man before. People hadn't seen this man with the family before in general, period. Okay? But I'm going to tell you what happened. I believe in the midst of whatever satanic, demonic was going on, this party, this gathering, this get-together, per always, Audrii Cunningham was enduring some type of molestation, sexual abuse here. Okay, she got injured though. She got injured pretty severely. Instead of calling the police, instead of rushing her to the hospital or something like that, because questions would be asked. You understand what I'm saying? You take a child to a children's hospital with any type of injuries, really of any kind, but especially trauma to their, genitals or bodies, bruises, anything. There's going to be questions that fuck ass. You can believe it. Okay? She was injured severely, and a decision was made to kill her. Okay? Because there's now sadness, loss, disappointment, and regret here over this situation. I'm literally looking at the Five of Cups, the Lovers, the Judgment, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Swords here. There's only sadness and disappointment because of this sexual situation. Y'all need to understand that the Lovers is not in love situation. The Lovers card is a sex card. Okay? If it was a partnership or relationship, you would see the Two of Cups. Okay? The Lover's card standing alone is sex. Five of Cups, Lover's card. Somebody is in regret of this sexual relationship that was going on, that they allowed to go on. Okay? Some type of judgment and decision was made by a fire sign woman, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo here. Okay? This could be I believe this may be the mother. There's a fire sign woman, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, who made the judgment, who made the decision. Okay? Pertaining to this situation, which is why Audrii Cunningham was injured and ultimately killed. Because she was injured in the process of what was going on here. She was either killed afterwards because of her injuries being so severe, them not wanting to call the police or take her to the hospital, or she was killed in the process because of her injuries being so severe. But I'm then looking at the Five of Swords, the Moon, the Tower, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Wands here, okay? So these people involved are in sadness and disappointment and regret here, okay? Because this situation has brought about a conflict, okay? What's the conflict? This sexual situation, this shit, these secret things. The Moon is sitting right up under the Lovers, okay? Which lets you know that this was some type of sexual interaction that was going on in secret, behind the scenes, behind closed doors, okay? late at night, hours of the morning. Okay, there's a lot of sneaky, freaky, creepy shit going on here. A lot of low down, dirty shit going on here. But what was done in the dark has come to the light, has been exposed, has been found out. This is the reason why these people are in sadness and regret right now. And if you look closely at this card, this Five of Cups card, can y'all see that? Y'all see how he's standing here? This is like a grassy area here, but at the water's edge here, this looks like a huge lake or river here. You see how he's waving by? This is where she was found. Okay? But there's sadness and regret here because this situation has brought about a conflict. Okay? It has been exposed that this sexual situation was going on, allowed to be go on with Audrii here. This judgment and decision that was made is what caused this tower moment here. Is what caused the chaos, the tragedy, the sudden upheaval. Okay, and we know that towers can be anything from murder, death, harm, destruction, illness, injuries. Okay, lies, deceptions, disruptions, chaos. It was this fire sign woman, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, who Two of Swords, a situation, crossed the situation, made a knee-jerk decision in this situation here. Okay, why? Because Audrii being injured so severely like she was caused a lot of burdens, hardships, problematic situations for them. Okay, this is why it was determined to kill her. Okay, there's a lot of people involved here. You got this Queen of Wands here. This King of Swords has come out again. I also see a Queen of Swords individual as well here. Okay, I do believe that Audrii might be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or she might be a water sign, or there's a water sign involved here as well. Okay, but there's several different people. Okay, what I'm telling you is both the mother and the father. And even though Audrei's mother and father may not be in a relationship anymore, they are both involved in this situation. They know this person personally. This done person, they know this person personally. They allow this person to be with their child, around their child all the time. They're into the same satanic, demonic shit and practices. Okay? They party together. Okay? There were several people. I showed you the Ten of Cups with the Three of Cups. There were several people that was at this little party, that was at this little get-together. There was even someone who was jealous. There's a feminine energy that is jealous. I'm not sure if Dunn has a girlfriend or what, but I keep picking up another feminine energy here. Okay, I feel like she may have grown jealous, possibly while under the influence of some type of substance or alcohol or something, because of Dawn's liking to Audrii as well here. Okay, we have trickster here. Okay, so there's tricksters involved in this situation here. Okay, I also see you are being used for sex. Audrii was being used for sex. Okay, we also have temptations here. This talks about lustful temptations, desires, sexual fantasies, and different things as well here. Okay, we have here you are being used for money. Okay, so I'm telling you, there's something to do with sex here that ties into something to do with money here. Either somebody owed somebody some money, somebody offered Audrii up in this manner, in this way, in an effort to get some type of money. There's something here. There was definitely some type of sexual abuse, satanic practices, or demonic practices and rituals and different things. This just could be what they believe in. You understand what I'm saying? And what they practice and what they do or what have you. But I'm telling you, there was satanic ritual abuse that was going on. There was sexual abuse that was going on here. And somebody was being used for money. Something here about money. Audrii was being used for sex, but there's also something here with money here. Protect yourself from predators. Okay, there was a rape. Audrii was raped, and this was allowed to happen by the guardians of Audrii here. Okay, threesome and orgy parties. Okay, some type of threesome or orgy party was going on here. Somebody has a sick, twisted obsession here. Okay, this predator. Okay, yeah, some type of fun party was going on. This may be something they do all the time, but, and this is sitting here, this fun party is sitting here with temptations and rape here. Okay, so she matter of factly was taken advantage of sexually. She was raped here, okay? Whether or not they disclose that information or not, yeah, she was. They're going for capital murder charges now, they're saying, okay? But we got lames playing games here, Spirit is saying, okay? So I'm just giving you all some extra messages here. I'm not going to make this very long. I've literally told you what went on in the, everything that went on in the reading that I did before. I just wanted to do this to make it known to the authorities that this man did not act alone, okay? Yeah, he may be sneaky, freaky, creepy. He may be a predator. He may be this, that, and the third. But he did not act alone. This was not just this man getting up one day and deciding, oh, I'm going, you know, I'm going to hurt Audrii today. I'm going to kill Audrii today. No. He was up. He was allowed to do things to her even prior to this, as well as other persons. Okay, so we got big badass bullies here. Audrii Cunningham was surrounded by a bunch of big badass bullies, but somebody is a big ass bully. Okay, it could be the same person that Spirit is referring to as a trickster. It could be this Don character here. Okay, we have triggered here. Somebody was triggered. Somebody was triggered in some type of way. This was a triggered attack, triggered violence, triggered murder, hate, fight. This person was triggered in some type of way here. Blood sacrifice. Okay. We've got abuse here, mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually, is the abuse that Audrii was enduring here. We have murder by numbers, 369963 here, okay? I guarantee you, if I was to break down the numerology of Audrii Cunningham, I guarantee you the 666 would definitely come up around it, okay? So we have here, your family ain't never shown you nothing but fake love. Audrii Cunningham's family never showed her nothing but fake love. It's all she got from them people, allegedly. Okay? And y'all know I'm covering this under the Fair Use Act of 1976, Section 107, allowances made for opinions, criticism, news reporting, research, study, education, etc. Okay? I ask you all to use your own discernment. Govern yourselves accordingly. Even though this is a serious topic, a serious matter, I do have to say for legal purposes that this is for your entertainment purposes only. Okay? All information that I'm giving you at this point, other than what was disclosed to you by the media, which is covered under the Fair Use Act, which is Public Information Act, okay? Other than what was in the news, in the media, what they have disclosed to you, the information I am giving you is per the information that has been given to me by my spirit guides, okay? So use your own discernment, okay? Take what applies, leave what does not. Govern yourselves accordingly. This is for your entertainment purposes only, even though this is not an entertaining matter in the least bit at all. This is a beautiful young girl who had her whole life ahead of her. This pisses me off, y'all. Because there are some very wicked, evil people in the fucking world who live in free as a bird every day. And there's babies who are dying every day. I will never be able to understand why God allows this. I don't know why it's okay for children to be tortured, for children to be abused, for children to be, for anybody for that fact of the matter. Okay? Nobody deserves to go through this. But when you're talking about young people who have their whole life, they even lived life, and people are coming along using them, abusing them, and snuffing their damn lives out. Yeah, you got the wicked around here living good, living free as a fucking bird, living to do evil another day. I'll never understand why God allows this. I understand that. I understand how the evil, how the wicked continues to prevail. Why is it okay for people who are sitting up doing witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, and voodoo on people every day? Why is it okay for people to kill people? Why is it okay for people to blood sacrifice people? Why is it okay for this to continue to go on? Why is it okay children to be abducted? trafficked, sold into sex slavery, all kinds of things, being tortured and abused like this. Meanwhile, the wicked, they living free as a bird. I don't understand. This baby was suffering in silence for a long time leading up to her death because of the abuse that she was going through by the big badass bullies around her, okay? I told you she was enduring satanic ritual abuse here, okay? Which means that there was the practices of whatever you want to call it, devil worship, Satanism, and y'all need to understand that satanic practices, demonic practices, I feel like devil worship and Satanism and different things like that is different from being Luciferian. People who are Luciferian just happen to believe that Lucifer is their god. Not everybody who is Luciferian and believe that Lucifer is their god and they practice that as a religion, just like people, just like Christians, believe that Jesus is Christ, and those who believe in Buddha and those who believe in Allah, and you know what I'm saying, everybody had their own god. But the Luciferians, they believe Lucifer is the god of this earth. They believe Lucifer is their god. Okay, so on the religious purposes, they got, whether they right, wrong, or indifferent, they have the right to believe in what they want to believe in. But when what you believe in hurts, harm, and is the destruction of others, is where the problem lies. You understand what I'm saying? And so more often than not, it's not. I don't know any Luciferians who is into like Satanism and devil worship, like demonic practices. It's usually the devil worshippers and the Satanists who do like the satanic rituals and all those satanic, dark, ritualistic practices. What I'm telling you is just because a person is Luciferian doesn't mean that they partake in demonic practices or ritualistic practices. They just happen to believe in Lucifer is their god, just like you believe that Christ is the son of the God that you serve, the creator. You understand what I'm saying? Now some Luciferians could be into, y'all probably sorry y'all, I don't know if y'all can hear that at night. Y'all probably hear my cats screaming. They mating, they get on my nerves, child. Okay, but it is what it is, honey. With nature and animals. But so yeah, like I'm saying, most people who are into devil worship, most people who are into Satanism are the ones who do those dark, demonic practices, like ritualistic practices, sacrifices, whether it be human sacrifices, animal sacrifices, whatever type of practices that they do or whatever. I don't know a lot of Luciferians who is into ritualistic practices, but I'm pretty sure that there are. It's there's blurred lines there, okay? Because those who are into devil worship and Satanism, they worship Lucifer too, okay? But people who worship Lucifer as far as a religious practice, I don't know any who practice things like black magic and voodoo and doing seances and conjuring demons and the dead and doing, blood sacrifices and, sacrificing virgin children upon altars and shit and going out in the woods and doing real weird, creepy, ritualistic ass shit or whatever. Them, a lot of times in your devil worshipers and your Satan. Okay. But anyway, back to the reading, guys. We have injury here. So like I said, she sustained an injury here. Okay. It was determined, and she sustained this injury while being raped, and it was determined because this injury was so severe to kill her. Okay, Spirit say the hate is real. Okay, I feel like Audrii could have endured neglect, bullying, manipulation, torture, She was definitely targeted. She was abused in many different ways. Okay, there was definitely betrayal. Okay, people that she should have been able to trust turned their back on her, offered her up, gave her up. Okay, she went through a lot of cruelty and attacks and different things like that. Okay, there was definitely sabotage here. So we have here, your mother set you up to hide what she did to you here. Okay, so the mother and the father can both be into satanic practices, into devil worship and different things like that. But something here allegedly is speaking to the mother. Maybe the mother is the one who made some type of ultimate decision here. Or the mother was the one who was to profit or benefit the most from the sacrifice of this child here. Okay, so we have the sellouts are all around you. The sellouts were all around her. They're in her family, they're neighbors, they're complete strangers. Spirit is saying, I see neighbors, family, strangers, partners, friends, co-workers, or whatever. We know that she wasn't working, she was she was young or whatever, but the sellouts is all around her. Okay, and it ain't just that done person. There's plenty of other neighbors and some more people that sell out here. Okay, there's something here significant to a contract. Okay, I don't know if she was offered up in some type of contract, if these people belong to some type of cult or coven or society of some kind or something, and she was offered up in some type of contract, and this is the reason why she was sacrificed the way she was. Like this ritual or whatever took place was done the way it was. But there's something significant here to some type of contract. We have evil is as evil does here. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Spirit has told me they were due to get a large lump sum of money behind this. Okay, even though this went down the way it did, I feel like Dunn thought that he was going to be covered, and as well as the family thinks that they're not going to be looked at or looked into behind these things as well. Okay, I think somebody was promised a certain amount of money, but because certain information gets out, especially if the information comes out that she was raped or sexually abused over a long period of time and different things like that, you know, more frowns are going to be upon the family. Okay, because that means that this wasn't some isolated event of a situation that happened, and somebody is upset by that because of the money here. They were supposed to get some type of gift of generosity, like some type of gift of money behind this situation here. That may not go as planned. So we got low down and dirty shame here, because somebody also did not want, I feel like this, because somebody didn't want her body found. Somebody was hoping her body was never found. You understand what I'm saying? You know, no body, no case. You understand what I'm saying? No body, no autopsy. You understand? And different things like that, or what have you. We have doing anything for money here. Okay, so there's that money again here. Something was done for money. Spirit say evil is as evil does. This ties into that contract here. We have murder here. Okay, so Spirit is saying that this indeed was a murder. Okay, them folks ain't right. Spirit is saying, okay, them folks is not one person. Them folks, you know, as ghetto and ebonical as that is in speaking, that is plural. That is more than one. Them, they, words like that is more than one. You understand what I'm saying? Planted evidence by the enemy. So some type of evidence was planted, like I told you all. Okay, now this card right here really kind of pissed me off, because I'm like, what? I see death of the old, rebirth of the new. Okay, the ritual that was done with Audrii Cunningham was a death rebirth ritual. The death, like the ritual, I don't know if I can explain it right. You see your celebrities do this all the time. You know, when you first see celebrities, you know how they look very bright and bubbly and full of life and fresh, and they have that excited look in their eyes and different things like that or whatever. And then you see them later when they, you know, they blow up and they get on and they getting this money and they doing big things, and all of a sudden they start looking very dark and sinister, and you know, they start wearing shades at nighttime to hide the demons in their eyes, because the eyes is the window to the soul and different shit. Well, the industry do it all the time. They put the truth in plain sight. You ever seen, just about every celebrity, you can go and find it. Okay, a lot of people with the black and white symbolism, they tie it to masonry, as well as the black and white symbolism ties into as above, so below. But the black and white symbolism is also tied into good versus evil. It's also tied into death versus rebirth, okay? Also angels versus demons and different things like that or whatever. So usually when you see they do these death rebirth rituals with the celebrities, okay? And you ever see them how some of them may have depict themselves into as angels. They'll be in all white in one part of the video, and in some part of the video it'll be like they died or something like that, and when they come back, they in all black, and they just as fierce and that, you know what I'm saying? You can go and look it up. All kinds of celebrities are like that. Let's see. There's any celebrity that you can look into or whatever. It's going to be hard for you to look it up by the death, rebirth, rituals, celebrities, or something like that or whatever. But let me think of one to give you an example. I think Taylor Swift, they had Taylor Swift to do it on, what's that one song where she's like, look what you make me do, look what you just make me, look what you just make me do. On that song, I think that was the song where she was crawling up out the grave. It was like a part where it was like a whole bunch of different images of her, a whole bunch of different ones of her or what have you, and then they did it was like she had died, okay, and then they did the graveyard scene. She's crawling up out the grave, and it's like this dark, and then here she comes, she bursting back out, this fierce, beastly, like, you know what I'm saying, type of individual, like type of thing or whatever. You've seen it so many times where these deaths actually go on. I can't think of the one song that did. What was the damn song? What was the damn song? He had the black, and they usually do the black and the white too. They do so many rituals in the industry. They mock Christ a whole lot. Okay, so you'll see them doing the cross rituals. You see them do the water rituals. You see them use the diamond rituals. You see there's so many different rituals, and they have different meanings and different things like that or what have you. But this is one that they do a lot, the death and the rebirth. And it's basically the death of the old them, the rebirth of the new them, being the celebrity that they are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like how they come into the industry and they're so bright and full of life and light and all this other kind of stuff, and then it's like, the death of that old them, and then the rebirth of this, this dark, sinister, fierce, beastly, no bullshit type of, stance or whatever. What is the one song that I cannot think of his song? I'm literally seeing the damn thing or whatever. But anyway, they actually killed him, and like they showed him, he was like, they had him tied up, and he was in all white, and they put the bag over his head and like suffocated him, and then like when he came back, he was like in all black and shit like that or whatever. Like anyway, guys, okay, so back to the reading. With this death of the old, rebirth of the new here, her death is going to bring about some type of rebirth for somebody. Like somebody wanted to, the death of her was going to like advance someone to a new heights, or they were going to receive some type of accolades or rewards or new position or level or power or something here, okay? The death of Audrii, this was a death rebirth ritual, okay? Yeah, so we have here, they play with dark magic to harm you here. So there was definitely some type of dark magic that was being done here. We have voodoo here, whether this was voodoo or black magic of some kind. It was very dark, negative, antimatter type of energy, which is dark energy, negative energy, which is wickedness, darkness, sinister type of energy, okay? And then we have satanic cults here, okay? So Audrii's family Okay, it could be the mother and the father. It could be other persons within the family, as well as this Don character belongs to some type of satanic cult. Okay, whether on a lower level or a higher level. Okay, there's some type of satanic cult, satanic practices of some kind here. Okay, and this is why this young lady died, y'all, okay? So I just wanted to give y'all that update on that. Like I said, the whole reason for me doing this was not to go back over the situation, because I told y'all exactly. I told y'all all this stuff in the reading that I did yesterday. I'm telling you all this to let the authorities know that it was not done alone. Who single-handedly did this and was a part of this, okay? And if you're about accuracy, if you're about transparency, if you're about truth and clarity, then you can't put the smoking gun in one person's hand if there were multiple persons that took shots with that same smoking gun. You understand what I'm saying? So let's see what else is going on here. Something has definitely got some type of money. Somebody's on this hamster wheel. Somebody all about the money. This ain't surviving daily hustle here. Something has to do with money. I'm not sure if somebody owed somebody some money and they offered her up because of this money and replacement of this money to, you know, or whatever, or if this is just the energy of somebody, you know, getting some type of big payout of money, you know, for this being done here. But we have obsession here. Somebody has some type of sick, twisted obsession here. Okay, I believe somebody could have even offered somebody a large amount of money to allow them to do something to Audrii as well, and they agreed to it. They went along with it in an effort to get this money. Okay, Spirit, what else is going on here? Yeah, this left Audrii feeling crushed, sad, broken, okay, as well as feeling alone here, okay. Something was definitely being done for money. Somebody has some type of obsession with her, with abusing her, molesting her, raping her, like whatever here. Yeah, we got family here. Okay, yeah, I told you there's some type of offer on the table. Some type of offer was made. Okay, offer, proposal, commitment with this family here. Okay, so something was definitely drastic, something was harsh, something was extreme. Okay, yeah, and it led to this tragedy here. And you see it says forbidden love. This situation led to this tragedy. Spirit, what else is going on? Somebody is in denial. Yeah, we got children here. This children card sits up under obsession and on the table here. Somebody offered her up, or offer her up to fulfill someone else's obsession for her, desire for her, or something for the purposes of money here, guys. Okay. Spirit, what else is going on? Yeah. I'm seeing this masculine energy here. I see masculine and threatened here. This masculine could have threatened someone. Spirit, any other messages? I don't know if this was threatening persons in the family, threatening Audrii in some type of way. But this masculine made some type of threats for sure. This party, this get-together, this gathering, whatever it was, there was like 2 or more people involved here. 2 or more people there. There was several different people that was there here. There's a lot of gossip that is going around now, okay, which I feel like is what is going to obviously cause a lot of discrepancies with this situation, in this situation, yeah, because there's some type of receipts, there's some type of proof, okay, that something has been going on. There's some type of receipts or proof that, you know what I'm saying, this wasn't some random occurrence, this wasn't some one-time ordeal of something happening here, guys, okay. Somebody had this I just seen magnetic, somebody had like this magnetic attraction, magnetic type of energy towards Audrii Cunningham. Somebody was very much focused as well. So we have poison here, okay? Unhealthy, toxic behaviors in people here, okay? There's some type of receipts on these poisonous, toxic, unhealthy people, Spirit is saying. Something is going on in the now. We know something is going on in the now. Today, I'm seeing the today card. I'm also seeing the gossip card here, okay? So I feel like there's a lot of talk that is going on, a lot of figuring out what all took place here with the today and gossip here. So there's a whole lot. The today is present now in the moment type of energy. Gossip, obviously, it's gossip, rumors, and different things or whatever. There's a lot of talk as to what's going on here, okay? Yeah. So these karmic individuals here, it's interesting that this karmic card has third party on here. I believe there's three main people involved. That's Don, that's the father, that's the mother. Okay. I don't know if those persons are going to be brought in for questioning pertaining to this, okay? But we have karmic and we have legal here, okay? So yeah, realization is at the bottom of the deck. I feel like police and authority are going to come to the realization that something more is going on here. This was not solely Don's doing, okay? These people are toxic together, okay? And maybe Don or tell something, say some things or whatever, and capital murder, okay, especially with you already having a criminal history, criminal past, like this fool's life could be gone forever. I'm not sure how they lost go exactly or whatever. But with this realization, this says awareness, finding out, coming to light. So there's going to be some type of realization of something. Something's going to come to light here. There could be up to 3 people who end up being arrested behind this situation. Because I'm telling you, Dunn did not act alone. That I know for a fact, which is the reason for me doing this. Because I listened to the woman and she was talking about how they're going to bring capital charges against him or what have you. And, he may speak and bring because he's frightened right now. He's in seclusion. He's frightened right now behind this situation. But look at all these faces here. There's a lot of people wearing a mask, not who they appear to be. There's a lot of people faking, fronting, stunting, pretending that's involved in this situation here. Yeah, this had to do with some type of commitment, some type of binding contract that these people had together here, okay? Some type of binding contract, some type of obstruction of something here. Remember the contract card came out? Yeah, family here, okay? I'm telling you, the family is involved here, endorsement here. This talks about bribery, temptations, persuasions. Somebody was tempted, persuaded, or bribed for money, okay? And that's why I kept hearing offered. She was offered up. Okay, and somebody is mad as hell. Somebody is mad as hell about this situation here, okay, because of this loss here, okay, because whatever contract they had, whatever agreement they had, or whatever was with this bully, that bully might be done, but at the end of the day, you offered your own damn child up for, whatever's going down here. That's what caused this disaster here. That's what caused this disaster here. Somebody's mad as hell now about this loss. I don't think they're mad about the loss. I think they're mad about, getting caught up. Okay, yeah, because some type of strategy went on, some type of plotting, planning, scheming went on, as it relates to this situation. Again, mask. There's a lot of people wearing a mask. This talks about pretending. This talks about deceptions. This talks about inconstancy here. Okay, there's a lot of people that's involved with this situation. Spirit is saying. Spirit, what else is going on? Yeah, look, didn't I tell you? Third wheel. There was some type of threesomes or orgy parties or gatherings or get-togethers or relations or something going on, okay? With this family, with Dunn and whoever else he was screwing, if he's got a girlfriend or whatever, and Audrey, okay? And there was some type of conflict. There was some type of fight, argument, disagreement, misunderstanding. Audrey ended up getting hurt. Audrey wound up being the one dead, okay? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell y'all there was some type of fucking ritual, ceremony, magic going on here? They are into some sinister ass shit. Some type of something, some type of conflict happened while this ritual was going on. Some type of conflict happened while this ritual was going on. Yeah, something may have been an accident. Because she sustained, I told you she sustained an injury, a very severe injury, and she either succumbed to her injury and ended up dying, or because her injury was so severe, they knew they couldn't take her to the hospital without being questioned as to why she had that type of trauma, why she was hurt the way she was, and it was decided to kill her. It was one or the other. But I'm telling you, in my dream, I seen this person with this child's body in this damn wheelbarrow looking thing, rolling it through the damn grass down to up under the fucking bridge into the water or whatever. I'm telling you, this is where they found this girl. Okay? Now, whether this was an accident or not, or it was done on purpose, there was danger, caution, there was injury. Okay? Look at this, friendship. Didn't I tell you? You see the three of them together? I'm telling you, there was a group of people who was partying together, who was doing some type of satanic shit together, practices, ritualistic ceremonial practices and shit together. Some type of sex ritual or orgy or some shit was going on. They were probably under the influence of drugs or alcohol and things as well, and they included Audrey in this. She ended up being severely injured. She ended up being dead. Okay, yeah, what I just tell y'all? I keep seeing these threes, bro. It could have been, this is some type of threesome or some shit that went down. Indulgence here. They were drinking, they were smoking, whatever they get high on, whatever they drink, however they like to party. Okay? Is what was going on leading up to this situation, Spirit is saying. Okay? This is a collaboration. This is the reason why I'm doing this, okay? Because I want the authorities to know that this was a group effort. This was a collaboration. Don didn't wake up and say, oh, I'm just going to go out and kill a child today. Don didn't just say, oh, I'm going to kill my neighbor's kid today. No, you know what I'm saying? He had been around that girl. He had been able to molest her and have his way with her and all this other kind of shit. As a damn group, they were doing this type of shit. With her, to her, around her, and some more shit. What was the point in killing her? You understand what I'm saying? This was a collaboration. A collaboration was when a group of people come together. Okay? This collaboration card, this says backup, unity. Okay? Enhancement. You see how they sitting up here together? Okay? Somebody's very prideful. Somebody's very egotistical as well. Somebody could have recorded something. Look at that. I see luck and I see blessing here. Somebody was on the verge of being homeless. Okay? Perhaps even losing a job or something like that. Somebody may have been on the verge of being homeless here. Something was offered. Some type of large amount of money, blessing was offered to somebody for Audrey. For this child. Okay? That's that bribery. Okay? Somebody offered them a large amount of money that they wanted, that they needed to feed their habits, their addictions, or to pay their bills, whatever the fuck. Excuse my language, y'all. Yeah. Now there was something that went on. Now somebody wants some type of compromise. Okay? Now somebody want to compromise, an agreement, a reconciliation, a consideration, or some shit like that. Spirit, what else? Look. But this shit led to a death. They came to a compromise, and this compromise of what they came to in offering up Audrii led to her death. I can't make it up, y'all. Okay, so like I said, I'm not gonna stay on here too long. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long on this situation here. Okay, I just wanted it to be known that Don didn't act alone. Don didn't solely do this on his own. Okay, at all. At all. Okay, guys, so I thank you all so much for listening, for watching. If you'll be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, look, it's a lot of gossip. It's a lot of gossip going around about this tower moment. It's a lot of gossip going around about this chaos, this tragedy that has occurred. Okay, a lot of talk, a lot of gossip, a lot of rumors. Okay. Yep. Because all these secret, hidden, sneaky, freaky, creepy things that was done behind the scenes, done behind closed doors, is being talked about. It's coming out. Something is being publicly recognized. With the Six of Wands here, there's some type of something publicly being recognized here. Okay, sitting here with the Tower. Yeah. This was a sacrifice. Yep. Yeah, oh, I'm telling you, there's going to be 3 people the fuck arrested. 9 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, the World. Yeah. It's going to be a total of 3 people. This was a sacrifice. They feeling all defensive now. They feeling like they need to protect themselves now, especially whoever that fire sign is. Is feeling very defensive, feeling like she need to protect herself, okay? But you're the one who made the ultimate decision to sacrifice this child here. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Because y'all were all collaborated together for the purposes of money. It was 3 or more of you all there. Y'all tag team fucking partners. Y'all probably tag teamed Audrii, okay? For money here. And guess what? 8 of Swords. Now y'all going to be stuck, restricted, unable to move or get out of this situation here, okay? Y'all tied her down, bound her, tied her up, held her captive, hostage, did this to her. Okay? And I think it's going to be up to like 3 people that end up being arrested behind this. Don is one of them, and there's 2 other people. The World's here. It's going to be a completion. That's going to be an ending to this situation. Yeah. This ain't the rebirth that you wanted. You partook in you participated in the death of this angel baby though. But this ain't the rebirth y'all wanted. Y'all wanted money, and a lot of it behind this situation here. That's what's going on here. Okay, guys. So I thank y'all so much for listening, for watching. If you'll be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. For those of you who would like to contact me, you can do so at tiff.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is Shine Bright Like a Diamond 36 with the underscore between each word. For any person who is interested in donating to the channel, it is greatly, greatly appreciated. I do thank you all in advance. You can do so through Cash App, which is $tiff.diamond36, or through PayPal, which is paypal.me/add36diamonds. As always, guys, take care of yourself, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, this is a wicked, wicked world that we live in. There's wickedness in high places, and there's evil that's lurking around each and every corner, even in a neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings. Watch the company you keep. Watch surroundings in the company in which your children are in as well. And considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey. Keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God. Yeah. Voodoo and satanic cults just fell in my lap, okay? They're heavily involved in voodoo, black magic, and they're part of some type of satanic cult. Okay, and this is going to come to somebody's in authorities the realization. Like, I feel like this information is going to come out, it's going to be found out, it's going to be known. Okay, guys, but that's sad. That's really sad. I just really hate it. I'm so tired. Every single day you got babies that's dying, teenagers that's dying, preteens that's dying, and shit got their whole life ahead of them. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody grieve behind death, but death is different for someone who has lived a full life and done the best that they could in life. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like a person is still pretty young if they die in their, when they're, 50s and 60s and things like that. They're still pretty young. They still got a lot of life to live. You know what I'm saying? But when people pass away in their 80s and 90s and, above that, they've lived a full life. You understand what I'm saying? I would never be able to wrap my head around babies dying. But the wicked, it's like the wicked get to live. And the young and the innocent and the most vulnerable are dying on a daily basis. I don't understand that, y'all. I don't understand that. And it's not right. Because y'all know the old saying, like, your children and your grandchildren supposed to bury you. You ain't supposed to be burying, grandparents and parents and great-great-grandparents and things is not supposed to be burying their great-grandchildren and their grandchildren and their children. It's not how it's supposed to go. But anyway, guys, I hope this brought truth and clarity to those who seek it. Okay, for the authorities that is seeking some more clarity on the situation. Hopefully, this information, if y'all come by, I know I'm just a nobody from nowhere. Okay, but I know y'all see everything and be trying to know everything, honey. So who's to say what they'll see or what they hear? Okay, you might be an average Joe nobody, but you don't know who might come across your video. Who knows somebody that pass along the message to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so hopefully this brings y'all the truth and the clarity that you were seeking. Okay, once again, guys, for those of you who do love and care about Audrii Cunningham, I offer my condolences. I send you peace, love, and light. Again, this is covered under the Fair Use Act of 1976. As I said, Section 107, allowances is made for criticism, as well as research, study, news reporting, education, investigation, and so forth, guys. As I asked you already, please use y'all's own discernment, okay? Govern yourselves accordingly. Know that this is for your entertainment purposes only, even though this is not an entertaining matter, guys, okay? This is not a funny matter. This is not an entertaining matter. And we're going to end this with breaking news.
And we continue to follow breaking news, an update on the search for missing 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham. Investigators say they have found Audrei's body. It was found in the Trinity River in Polk County. KPRC2's Corley Peel is live in Polk County now. She has the very latest for us. Corley.
A heartbreaking update we learned this afternoon. Like you mentioned, detectives said that Audrei's body was found in the Trinity River, and we're here off 59, not far from that bridge where we saw a lot of the focus around that search this afternoon. We also learned that the person of interest, Stephen Mcdougal, he is now considered a suspect, and the Polk County DA says they've issued search warrants for him, and they will be charging him with capital murder. Now, he is already in jail on an unrelated aggravated assault charge that happened back in August, so they've had him in jail this whole entire time. They've had a lot that went into this search over the past few days. When that Amber Alert was issued on Thursday, Polk County Sheriff talked about what all went into this, what led them to Audrei's body. Take a listen to see what evidence they collected over the past few days that helped them in this search.
Based on all of the evidence that law enforcement has collected, they are in the process of preparing the appropriate arrest warrants for Don, Stephen, McDougal. At this time, we believe the appropriate arrest warrant is going to be for capital murder in the death of Audrii Cunningham. He is currently still in jail under an unrelated felony charge here.
Now, based on that evidence that they collected, the sheriff says they were able to get that warrant. They said that they had enough evidence that they believe he could be convicted for capital murder. They said the evidence that they found over the past few days includes McDougal's cell phone and videos that witnesses sent in over the past few days. They said that they were able to collect some information from McDougal over the past time, but again, he had been hot and cold over the past few days, giving them information about where Audrii could be. Now, they wouldn't give much information about how they found Audrii or the condition of her body. They said that her body will be transported to the medical examiner, who will then determine the cause of death. But a tragic situation. A lot went into this search over the past several days. We saw agencies from all over the area coming together, searching the Trinity River by boat, by land, looking for any trace of Audrii that they could find. Just a tragic outcome that happened here this afternoon. This all started on Thursday when investigators say that Audrii was supposed to get on the school bus that morning, but she never showed up. McDougal was the person that was to make sure that she got on that bus that morning, but she didn't. They said that he typically walks her to the bus. That's something that he regularly does. We also learned that he is close with her family and lives in a camper behind their home here in Livingston. Just a tragic situation. As to why this would happen, the motive, that's still unclear. There is still a lot of information that we are working to get answered at this time, but at this point we know that this criminal investigation, this murder investigation, it's just about to start now that they have that search warrant and Audrii's body has been found. But again, we are staying on top of this case and we will continue to keep you updated as soon as we learn more. Reporting live from Polk County, Corley Peel, KPRC2 News.
And Corley, while we have you here live, we did hear the Polk County Sheriff really thank the number of agencies involved in this search and also the public. They put out that appeal yesterday for folks to send in any video evidence they might have, and he did say that they have collected substantial evidence that will go towards this case.
That's right. I mean, the amount of help from the community has been unreal. We've been out here the past few days, you know, during this search, seeing those crews, but we've also seen a large amount of volunteers that have taken time out of their day just looking for any trace of Audrii, trying to help as much as they could. We also obtained video from witnesses that showed McDougal on Friday outside some stores in Livingston talking to some police officers before he was officially arrested. So everybody's been on their toes. Everybody's been paying attention, sending in as many videos, checking their surveillance cameras if they saw his car, saw him in the area at any point in time between Thursday and Friday, really helping piece together that timeline, which ultimately helped detectives lead them to Audrii today.
Still not the news that any of us wanted to hear. Our hearts very heavy having to report this. Thank you so much, Corley.
Okay, guys, so as you heard, like I told you all, I found it very suspicious. They said that he was the one that was responsible for normally taking her to the bus stop every day. Normally he walks her down there. This day in particular that she went missing, they claimed that, she wasn't going to walk, that, he was going to drive her. Like, it's crazy. Like, why was it his responsibility? You understand what I'm saying? To be taking this girl any damn where. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the shit is, like, wild to me. It is, like, it's seriously a trip. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would this be the responsibility of someone who, you understand? Like, this is not their child, a family member, or anything. It was weird to me. And he lived in the trailer behind the family, they said. We're going to listen to one more, guys. This is where they did the press conference talking about how they, found her and, what efforts they went through to find her. I will say that the authorities are very suspicious to me. The things that they are fucking saying, they are hiding something, okay? Because they're like, oh, we got all of these videos and we got all of this help and all of this assistance from people and different things like that. This lets me further know that evidence was planted. Shit was set up. They know that something else more severe that they're trying to cover up went on here. And it pertains satanic ritual abuse. It pertains satanic fucking rituals and demonic practices and different things going on that they're covering up that they don't want out in the media, okay? Because you can just hear, because you listen to this man, because when he starts taking questions from the reporters and different things like that or whatever, they're like, so how did you come across the information? How did you know where to find her? Is that the same area? Because days before, when they was just talking to the Don guy, he literally drove around with them and he told them certain areas in which he had went that day. Yet they claimed that he wasn't a suspect. He was just a person of interest that they wanted to talk to. And y'all need to understand the reason why he was initially the person of interest is because he was the one who was named to be responsible for, say, getting her to her bus stop, and as you heard here, they're saying, oh, he was the one that was responsible to get her to her bus stop every day. Why? He wasn't a family member. He's not related to them. How many of y'all rely your kids getting where they need to by somebody else? A neighbor that you chill with, that you kick it with, or something like that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not that type of person. Like, my child ain't never spent the night with no damn body. I ain't never expect, other than who I was in a relationship at the time. Like, the first 11 years of my child's life, I was with the same person. You understand what I'm saying? And my child was with nobody but us, you know what I'm saying? Not even my family, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But most people that have a good, healthy family, your child has been with other people in your family, stuff like that. Just so happened I don't have family like that, so mine wasn't. So I just couldn't even fathom. You know what I'm saying? I've always felt like, I even tell y'all, look, be careful of the company that you, the company that you have around you, the company that is definitely around your children, and different things like that. Like, who just entrusts random ass people? Oh yeah, make sure she get to school, make sure your kid, they get to the bus stop. Why the fuck aren't you? What do you have to do? You understand what I'm saying? Besides making sure your child gets to where they need to get to safely and securely. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the shit is fishy, and you could just tell in what's being said that it's the shit that is not being said. And the stuff that's being said is suspicious. It's a cover story. Because it don't fucking make sense. You understand what I'm saying? If you got that many tips and clues and hints and videos and all this other information from other fucking people, then technically if they could have went and found her on their damn own. You understand what I'm saying? It's other shit going on here and they know it. And it's being covered up. This is a cover fucking story. I'm telling you. Just listen to this, guys.
Is expected to hold a news conference on their search for 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham.
So it has been 6 days since she disappeared, and we are waiting for police to give us new information. Our Chaz Miller has been following this story and is at the search there in Polk County.
And that's another thing, guys. I told you all before, it's no coincidence that they waited 6 days. Okay? No coincidence that they waited 6 fucking days. Okay? To supposedly find her. Okay? Which I knew when I did the video yesterday. I said, watch, they all of a sudden they're gonna find her since I've done this video or whatever. Same thing they did with the girl that remember when I did the reading on the girl who went missing on the riverboat cruise in Memphis, and I told you all that she was in the water, that you know what I'm saying, the tragic situation that happened on the riverboat cruise, and she was actually thrown overboard on purpose or whatever. That next day they found her out there in the fucking river, in the water. Okay, same thing here. Okay, but there's shit that's being covered up, there's things that's being hidden. Okay, And they do this all the time when somebody is hit, when there has been a blood sacrifice, when you've got people who are sellouts who have ties to secret societies and in secret associations and groups and clubs and gangs and in cults and covens and all this other kind of shit, y'all, okay? There is things that is being covered up like it does not fucking make sense at all. The shit that they're saying. And I told you all,
County. Chas, what have you learned
I told
so
you
far?
all the entire time they were speaking in past tense of her. The entire time, the entire 5 days leading up to this 6th day, they were speaking as if they already knew she was dead, y'all. These people already knew that she was dead. I told you yesterday, they already knew that she was dead. She was being held somewhere and her body was going to be placed somewhere. I told you yesterday that her body was currently being moved and was being placed somewhere where they wanted it to be found. The entire time, go back and look from the moment that she went missing, y'all. They've been looking in the same areas, the same open fields of grass along the lake and the river, big bodies of water. They knew the whole time that she was dead. They were showing you in plain sight where they were going to have her body discovered. She died elsewhere. She was killed elsewhere. Everything, all the evidence was staged. Her backpack being found in that open field, staged evidence. Planted evidence. Okay? Everything planted, set up, staged. They've been knowing this girl has been dead for 6 days. And they all of a sudden decided to place her body just like I told you they was going to do yesterday. And today, oh, we found her. You got to listen to the words that come out of people's mouths. Just like the last news reporter we was just listening to. She's like, oh, we got the overwhelming of videos and leads and tips that we got from everybody has been unreal. Yeah, it was unreal, all right, because what she's saying is not real. It's a lie. Otherwise, all these other missing damn children would be the fuck found. This was set up. This was staged. This child died during some type of sex party, satanic ritual or something. The kids they don't have no tip, no clue, they don't have no suspect, they ain't never been found. They have been sold into sex slavery. They were trafficked. Their bodies wasn't found on purpose. That's the difference. And these people know it. Listen to the words that come out of people's mouth, y'all.
Far.
Myra, good afternoon. Yeah, a lot of these answers that we've been working to get today are going to come at that news conference that, of course, we'll bring to you as soon as it starts. It'll involve Polk County Sheriff Byron Lyons. It'll also involve Texas DPS, who's been a part of this. All kind of agencies working on this case. I know the FBI has been involved, everything like that. Let's go to that newser now.
You hear what he just said? Why would the FBI be involved? She's only been missing for 6 days. The FBI don't get involved that soon. The FBI don't get involved that soon. And you need to understand that the FBI don't just insert themselves. This is the reason why you have local police departments every fucking where. The FBI just don't insert themselves in local police officers. Crimes is going on in local areas, local police precincts, caseloads and different things like that. The FBI have to be called in on certain situations, unless it's just like a massive situation, like where it's like you got some situation where you got some nutcase when it held up a hospital or a bank, and there's a whole bunch of hostages and really dangerous situations and multiple shooters, or say you got an active bomber or something like that. The FBI is going to get involved just like that. Okay, crime happens every day. Do you understand what I'm saying? Crime happens every day. The FBI ain't getting the fuck involved in every goddamn criminal case that goes the fuck on. The FBI gets called from local police departments or whoever calls them in if they need their extra help. It's only been 6 days. This is the 6th day and they found her, which means she's only been missing now for 5 days. You understand what I'm saying? The FBI wouldn't have got involved that soon. Okay? Especially considering the fact that your person of interest is already in custody. Whether you holding him on an unrelated charge all this time, your main person of interest, your patsy, y'all, has already been in custody. Why would the FBI get involved? Why? Seem like y'all got it under control. You just sit up here and said that y'all been getting all type of tips and clues and videos and eyewitness accounts and all this other kind of shit. Seemed like y'all had this case nipped in the bud. All y'all needed to do was find her. This is how you know what they're telling you is bullshit. Why in the fuck would the FBI come along and you ain't seen not one FBI person out there? They done had divers, they done showed you boats, they done showed you police departments from whatever counties and different things. You ain't seen the FBI. When the FBI show the fuck up, they make their presence known. You know the FBI the fuck is there. Okay? And every state has a branch of a small branch of FBI in their state. Okay? So it's not like, you know, anytime the FBI get involved, they got to send a group of people from Quantico some damn where. You understand what I'm saying? There's a small branch of FBI in every state. Okay? And it's like that because, like, these are the ones who handle, like, major events and things. Like when your presidents come to your states and different things, and they handle the flow of that and where they're traveling and blocking this, you know, and different, and making different things safe like that. They handle big shit. This is the reason why you have a local branch of FBI in every fucking state, but they don't get involved from one day to the next on fucking local crimes that's going on. That's what you have police departments for. Otherwise, you would just have FBI units every fucking where, would not have local police departments, and the FBI would handle every freaking investigation crime. They're lying.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here today. I want to first start by thanking the media for helping us with the coverage over Audrii, over her missing. Your help has been immensely appreciated. It has been great. I want to thank again everyone who has been engaged in the efforts to find Audrii, from the investigators to the volunteers who have spent countless hours in hopes of finding her, and to the community members who have been here supporting us since day one. I also want to say thank you to Trinity River Authority for lowering the water levels so that the divers could reach areas of interest. At this time, I sadly announce that Audrii's body was located at the Trinity River under U.S. Highway 59. As a result of today's developments, I will discontinue the Amber Alert for Audrii, and I want to thank DPS, Department of Public Safety, for all their help in this alert. The information that we have gathered in this criminal investigation is substantial. The Polk County Sheriff's Office investigators, the Livingston Police Department, and the Texas Rangers, the game wardens, the FBI, Harris County Sheriff's Office, the San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office, the District Attorney's Office, in Trinity County and Liberty County. It's just an outpouring of love from all of our law enforcement partners. My heart aches with this news, and I express with my deepest sympathies and
real quick, guys, and another thing I forgot to tell y'all, the reason why I know that this is a bigger case than what it is, there's kids that come up missing every single day. Some children younger than what Audrii was. Some maybe a little bit older. They do not put this worth this effort. CNN even covered this story. How often have you seen CNN cover just some random, regular missing person case of someone? Not often. Anytime anything makes mainstream media news, okay, and they make the situation go viral online, and you have every news network covering it, even those of them who covered like world news and news on a broader scale or whatever, it is staged. It is set up. Y'all need to understand that the satanic powers that be control the airwaves. Everything you see, everything you hear is being controlled. TV, internet, radio, news, they control it all. All of these networks that you watch for whether for just entertainment or for news or whatever, they control them all. This is a local situation in a local state. You understand what I'm saying? There are 800,000 to 1 million children go missing. On average, there are hundreds of children within the United States alone that goes missing every single day. If this much effort was put in behind every missing child, every child that has gone missing, every last one of them would have been recovered, whether dead or alive. But we don't see that happening, do we? There's a whole lot who are never seen or heard from ever again, whether dead or alive. So you know that this is all a part of a bigger agenda, guys. This made mainstream media news on for a reason. Why? Because this girl died due to satanic ritualistic practices. There's a group of devil worshippers, Satanists, I guarantee you, who harvest off this girl energy. This girl's blood, this girl's energy is being used, was used in some type of ritual, is being used for political reasons and in other shit. I told you a lot of shit goes on around in political season, in presidential campaigning seasons, excuse me. Listen to the words that come out these people's mouth, y'all. Y'all gotta pay attention. This ain't about believing me. This is about using your own mind, thinking. Don't just look at things with the naked eye. Look at things with your third eye. Your third eye is your intuition. You looking at things from within, from a higher level, for a more in-depth level. What's being said? What's not being said? What sounds right? What sounds wrong? What's being left out? What's going on during the situation, around the situation? What ain't happening? You understand what I'm saying? There's something more to this situation. Every person that they showed who, besides a lot of the elder type of people that you've seen, that was seemed to be genuinely concerned about this young girl or what have you. Y'all need to understand, a lot of times the people that they talk to, the people that they interview and different things like that, these are puppets. These are sellouts as well. They're crisis actors and they're scripted. They know what to say, how to say, when to say. They ask certain questions and expected to give certain answers and different things like that. Everybody that is close to her, why they look like they like hard rock, heavy metal, dark, sinister, tatted from head to toe, just, you know. And you don't have to judge a bush by its cover. It doesn't mean because a person look like that. I mean, they could be gothic. You know what I'm saying? They could be into goth. That wouldn't necessarily means that, you know, they're awful bad people, but it gives you a glimpse into this person's life, this person's beliefs, and also who else they mix and mingle with, what type of characters they be. Because y'all need to understand, this Dunn guy is not a stranger. This is not a stranger. This is not a story of this baby was on her way to school and a stranger came along, grabbed her and did something awful to her. It's not what this is a case of. Birds of a feather flock to fuck together. He's a career criminal. He's a known predator who obviously has taken deals before, because he didn't have to register as any type of offender or anything like that or whatever. And he's planted in a neighborhood with families and younger people and all this other kind of stuff to prey on. That was on purpose. He was planted there. And he was triggered to play his part, to play his role in what he did, as is everyone else, okay? Sometimes they'll do that to recruit others, family members, and different things, because they be scoping out and be watching Certain young people, y'all. Some of these young people that come up missing, or their families end up selling them out and different things for money and different things like that. There's folks who done had their eyes on them young folks well before anything go on with them. They send in certain people to get close with the family to groom them, to mind control them, to brainwash them. Anybody who work with them, anybody who they around, anybody who they along with, anybody who allowed to get close to them, and different things like that. They have girlfriends, certain girlfriends that sell out to hook up with the dad. There's certain boyfriends that sell out to hook up with the mama. Friends of the family. Soul shit. All kinds of shit. Y'all just have no idea. Even other young people their age. This shit is on a whole deeper level, baby. That rabbit hole goes real deep.
Condolences to everyone who knew, who cared for, and loved Audrii. The Sheriff's Office, we will continue to process the evidence that has been gathered to ensure that the justice for Audrii. And at this time, I will turn the podium over to the Polk County District Attorney.
And we're back with March Sadness. The team is looking down the barrel of...
Okay, hold on, guys. Sorry about this. I really did not want
4:55 meeting.
Ms. Shelley Sitton.
Thank you, Byron. My name is Shelley Sitton, and I am your Polk County District Attorney. I just want to take a few moments to explain how we're going to move forward from here. Based on all of the evidence that law enforcement has collected, they are in the process of preparing the appropriate arrest warrants for Stephen Mcdougal. At this time, we believe the appropriate arrest warrant is going to be for capital murder in the death of Audrii Cunningham. He is currently still in jail under an unrelated felony charge here. I understand that this is a very difficult time for Audrii's family and for our community. The substantial law enforcement resources that were marshaled by the Sheriff Lyons, I think, should show you that this county and law enforcement, they will come out when they need to protect our children. And the assets that we have been made available to Polk County to protect our children have been substantial. And at this point, as Sheriff Lyons said, he'll continue to collect the evidence and process that. The District Attorney's Office is going to stand right beside them and follow through, and we promise that you can assure that the District Attorney's Office will be just as dedicated to this case as every one of these law enforcement officers that are standing behind you to do what is right for Audrii and bring justice to our community. Thank you.
Why aren't they this
At
dedicated?
this time, if you've got some questions, we'll open it up to a few questions.
Why aren't they this dedicated for all the other children? Do you know how many children have gone missing in Texas? Have you ever seen these type of search efforts? I haven't ever seen this high frequency, high level of search efforts. I'm glad Audrii was found. I would have rather her been found alive. But this just goes to show, I'm telling y'all, they knew that this young girl was dead prior to this entire time. They have known she was dead. Her body was planted where it was. You heard him just say, oh, we asked whoever the group is to lower the water levels. This means you already knew where the fuck she was at. Where she was placed at. Yeah. They've been knowing this girl was dead all along, y'all. This is way bigger situation than y'all know it is. People ain't came no flood in with no information. It's all lies. It's made up bullshit that make it seem like, oh, we're working hard. We're tough on crime when it comes to this and protecting our children and saving our children, and we love the children. This is staged. This is set up.
Questions?
Any indication of how Audrii was killed?
Look how she looked.
I cannot speak to that.
At this time right now, we have transported Audrii.
You see how she looked? You see how she looked over to the side? Like she didn't know what to say. She was like she was puzzled by the question. And he hurried up and stepped in and took over. They don't want it to be said how she died. I guarantee you they're not going to disclose all of those facts. She was dead before she was placed in that water. There's likely no water in her lungs because she was already dead before she was put in the water. And I guarantee you she has a significant amount of trauma to her body.
Down to the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office. At that time, we will await their results to be able to determine the cause and method of her death.
That evidence suggests murder.
We believe that there is enough evidence, yes.
Yes.
Did Don Stephen Mcdougal lead you to that location on the river where you found her body? Did he tell you where to find her?
There was evidence that we was collecting through the cell phone analysis, as well as through our videos that we were able to collect, and some of the
okay,
information
so ask
that we received
yourself
from him.
Ask yourself what videos. They keep talking about videos. This is how I know also some type of snuff film was created. I spake of this, yeah, I may have said it today in the reading that I just did, but I think I spake about it yesterday when I did a reading. Some type of snuff film was made of Audrii's death. The whole ritual, everything. There was a snuff film to create. They keep talking about video. If you had video surveillance of where she was at, you would have found her on day one. If you had that much overwhelming evidence with the cell phone things that he's talking about, I guess they ping the contacted the phone company and see what areas his phone phone pinged off of and different things like that. This is how I know that Don, even though he has involvement, he's a fucking patsy. He is triggerable, which means he is controllable. You need to understand, y'all. A man like him who has the criminal background he has, and he did not have to register as a sex offender or any of the other thing. He took some type of deal. The moment he took a deal, he was a sellout. He's working for the powers that be. This is equivalent to someone being an informant or anything. He was placed in that area, in that neighborhood, around those people. He was triggered to do what he did. I guarantee he's under full-blown mind control and was triggered. His every movement, every part of this situation, he was triggered. He's a triggered fucking patsy. Brainwashed, dumbed down, mind control patsy. I guarantee you. This is the reason why for the first 5 days when they was looking for her, when they said that when they was looking for her, they did not tell you that he lived near nor by the family. They did not tell you that he was good buddies, good friends, and knew the family very well. They did not tell you that he was the one who was responsible for taking her to the fucking bus stop every single day and assured that she got to school and from school, even though he ain't fucking family. There was a reason they didn't tell y'all that to now. And I said yesterday, I'm like, for somebody, it's one thing for you to be a person of interest. Anybody could be a person of interest. That just means that the police, they think you might know, have some information, and they would like to talk to you. You are innocent until proven the fuck guilty. Have they told you anything? They have not said anything up to now to tell you that they definitively know that he is guilty and he is the one who killed her. They have not said that. Yet, They have told you, gave you the whole rundown on this man's life and his background and other crimes. That was done on purpose. That was to bring, that was to mind fuck the masses for you to be looking directly at him. Yep, he did it. Yep, it was him. And not look towards anybody else and look towards anything else. That's because he's a patsy. Okay? Ask yourself this. If you got a friend who may or may not have committed a crime, and say, matter of fact, say this to your roommate. Say you got a roommate and they may or may not have committed a crime. You would be a person of interest. Not because you necessarily had anything to do with anything, because you are close to this person. Because you may have some valuable information that the police would like to know. So they would like to talk to you, okay? That's one thing. Now imagine they done ran your whole name on the news. They done talked about who you are, how old you are, what kind of criminal background you done had, and all this other kind of stuff. You're just a person of fucking interest. They told you why this man was a person of interest. He hadn't been charged with a crime. They didn't have any evidence to charge him with a crime. The only reason why this man has still been in jail is they holding him on another crime. So they may have found him with, I don't know, some weed in his pocket, a pipe, some drug paraphernalia. It could have been any goddamn thing. He could have had 2 pills and a jawbreaker in his fucking pocket, and they decided to hold it up, hold him there. That was just an excuse to keep him there, to keep him from fleeing. You don't run a whole person's background in history about that person until you know that that person is a suspect. Being a person of interest and being a suspect is 2 totally different fucking things. Do you understand what I'm saying? They had told you that man's whole name, his age. They told you that he has a lengthy criminal record, including assaults against children. They had every fucking news station running this story on this man. And everybody ate it up. And y'all said, yup, it's him. I bet you it's him. And you didn't look towards nobody else. He's a fucking patsy, y'all. He's a patsy. Anybody with any fucking common sense be like, hold up, wait. The fuck is you saying my name for? It would have been quick to speak up for themselves. Why is you running my name on the motherfucking news and telling a person about my background and this, that, and the other, and you ain't even charged me with a motherfucking crime? You didn't technically invaded this person's privacy. You said this person is a person of interest. You didn't say this person was a fucking suspect to a crime. It's different. This is how they mind fucked you. This is how they played y'all. This is how they played him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Also think about what else they said. They was looking for this man's vehicle. They told you they was going to get this man's vehicle and searching his vehicle. This is before you still have not named him as a suspect. You still, which means if he's not a suspect and you have no evidence on him, you cannot go to a judge and get a judge to sign off on a warrant to search any fucking thing on him. Not his house, not his vehicle, no nothing, bitch. But they told you in plain sight that they did all that shit is going to be thrown out of court if he get a good lawyer. But because he's a patsy, because he's a brainwashed person, now they also just told you he was friendly with the fucking cops, bruh. How many criminals you know friendly with the cops? He rolled around with the cops. They said days before while she was missing, like 2 days in, 3 days in while she was missing, he was all up at the stove chopping it up with the cops and shit. He rolled around with them, told them where he had went to that day. What in the hell make you think that like what criminal you know just committed a heinous crime and they gonna take you exactly every, now they ain't told you that they done did anything. They ain't told you, hey, yeah, I committed a crime and this is where I dumped her body at. But they told you days ago that, they drove around with him. They had him to drive to the areas where he went that day after allegedly dropping her off. Now, he is guilty because in the sense that it is said, he has been said the one who was supposed to was responsible for dropping her off at the bus stop. We know she didn't go to the fucking bus stop. So if he is still lying and saying, hey, I dropped her off at the bus stop, we know that he is lying and he is involved in other things. So we know that much. He has involvement with this shit. No ifs, ands, buts about it. What I'm telling you is he's a mind control ass fucking patsy. And everything that he did, he was triggered to motherfucking do. They got this nigga under mind control. This is how you are able to hold somebody unjustly. Whatever they holding him the fuck on, he would have been able to either get released the same day on his own recognizance or had to go before a judge by now. It's been a fucking week. He would have went before a judge by now. He could have gotten off on bail. You don't even have to go before a judge to get bail on a misdemeanor type of situation. You understand what I'm saying? But you done had him hit this side. Also know he under mind control. This nigga don't even know what's going on. I guarantee you he don't know his name have been ran. And the reason why they had him hit out, because I guarantee you this man don't know his name have been ran on the fucking news for the last fucking week. Calling him a child abuser, calling him a predator. Now look at his background. Look at his motherfucking background. This is a person who has been arrested and charged for all kind of crimes. Just say it's drug charges, gun charges, sexual misconduct, some type of inappropriate something with a child. Whatever he was saying, they put an emphasis on that the most, right? But they also said he did not have to register as any type of a sex offender or anything like that. But when they tell you what the charge was, technically anybody else in that position would have had to register. That lets you further know that he was given a motherfucking deal. And he been working for the powers that be every motherfucking since. That nigga's under mind control. He has been brainwashed and he has been triggered. That's the reason why they are using him as a patsy right now. That's the reason why they standing up there all in solidarity together, like they done worked so hard together, and everybody was so informational and had they had so many tips and so many clues, and they got videos and they got the phone records and different things like that. Then bitch, yo smart ass should have been able to find her on the first day, but her body wasn't placed out there yet, was it? No. They had Audrey's body hid out some goddamn where. And then they placed her body out there. Just like I said they would yesterday. Y'all can let these people play you for a fool if you want to. Because if that's the case, how come the fuck y'all don't put forth this much effort with every other missing person? Missing child. They have put forth all this effort. Them folks still missing. There was a girl not that long ago in Texas. It's been so many that went missing. There was a girl not that long ago. Teenage girl went missing in Texas. Seen her leave school. Went up to the gas station. Somebody from the gas station grabbed her. Somebody seen her in traffic with the person. This person in traffic her somewhere. They still ain't found this girl. It's been all kind of young and older. From young to teenage. Of folks that come up missing in Texas all the fucking time. They right there by the goddamn border. Right there by Texas County. All kind of shit. You understand? This is set up, y'all. This girl was sold out by our own people for fucking money. And they plan to solely try to use Dawn as the patsy when there's other people involved and responsible for her death. There were some type of ritualistic practices that was done over her, with her. She sustained a severe injury and she was murdered. This is how they gonna contradict themselves with everything they saying. Listen.
We were able to pinpoint and said there were several points of interest that was turned over to us so that we were able to develop, and thank goodness and thank by the grace of God, one of those places of interest we were able to locate.
I understand.
evidence, and right now, folks, when we start talking about how we're linking evidence to McDougal and linking evidence to this case, we want to be very careful on how we do that.
You have to be very careful because you don't want the wrong information to get out.
That there is substantial evidence through the evidence that we've gathered, and some of that evidence was even gathered by the wonderful witnesses and wonderful folks out.
He's just telling a wonderful lie. First of all, if he committed a crime and you telling the media that you have substantial evidence, why you need to be very careful with disclosing how you got the evidence to prove that he fucking committed murder. It's not rocket science. You say he committed the fucking murder. How did you get the evidence to prove that he committed the murder? It's real fucking simple. He either told you he committed the murder and took you to the body. Either there was an eyewitness to him committing the murder and they seen him dispose of the body. How did you get the evidence? How can you definitively prove that he committed the fucking murder? Is the question. This is when you get to talking in fucking circles. We got to be very careful with the information we disclose about how we got our evidence. Why? Evidence is evidence. What the fuck is the evidence? A person has the right to know the evidence that you fucking have. You can't just go around accusing people of fucking crimes without the fuck evidence. So why in the hell, if your evidence, if you have obtained it legally, because if you've obtained it illegally, it's not going to be admissible in a court of law. It's going to be the fuck thrown out. So if you obtained your information legally, then there shouldn't be no reason for you, no problem with you disclosing how you got that evidence, how you came to the conclusion that you came to that this person indeed solely alone murdered Audrii Cunningham. And you have now successfully found her body. One, how did you find her body? How did you know where her body was? Two, what is the direct evidence to say that that person is the one that killed her? Is there DNA evidence? Is, like what is it? Or they're gonna drag this on out because it's probably liable to be some elaborate trial now that's going to be aired live for the world to see. This shit is staged. This is staged, y'all. Otherwise, you need to explain to me why y'all not putting forth this type of effort for every missing child. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Folks out there in the social media who sent us videos, who sent us pictures, some of that, even that evidence.
Okay, what videos? What pictures? He keeps talking about somebody saying pictures and videos of what? Him killing the girl? Him dumping the body? What is the pictures and the evidence the fuck of? What the fuck are you talking about? And if you had those pictures and those fucking evidence of pictures and whatever, videos, how come you didn't fuck arrest him the first day? How come you didn't go and find her body the first fucking day? You're lying. You're lying, sir. Period. Y'all can buy this bullshit. I'm not. You're lying. They're covering something up. And you're covering up for the sick ass Satanists that's around here doing these satanic rituals. Joel Osteen's church being shot up in Texas was a fucking ritual. Okay? I showed y'all all the signs and the symbolisms then around that. Okay? You remember he made a comment, a good thing. This didn't happen at 11. It was supposed to go on at 11 during their main service when there was a lot more people there. And there was a lot of children that were supposed to die in that shooting. That's how it was supposed to go. But it ended up not happening until around 1 something. And it didn't go as planned. That's the reason why the supposed shooter that they claim, the Patsy shooter that they claim came and shot up Joel Osteen's church, that's the reason why the only child that was killed was hers. Okay? And it was really a male shooter that was in there. But that's the reason why they switched it up and they made you think that that woman was transgender when she is not. Tell me she go by a male's name. She's transgender. She's not fucking transgender. And she don't go by no male's name. But the eyewitnesses that they seen came out and said it was a man that they seen with guns and that was shooting. Not that woman in there with her child. They shot her and they shot that child. And I showed you all when I did the video on that, when it was talking to the people outside, I showed you all the signs and the symbolisms. And they were standing by it was 11s all around there. They were standing by a parking deck 11 or garage 11, whatever the fuck it said. And they had them little kids right there playing and different shit like that. That was a whole fucking ritual. That was a Super Bowl ritual. That happened on Super Bowl day. That's the reason why you're seeing all the signs and the symbolisms in the Super Bowl. This is the reason why they had Alicia Keys drenched in fucking bloody red. Blood sacrifice motherfucking red. That same fucking day, early in the day, at Joel Osteen's church in fucking Texas, my nigga. There was a shooting. They turned around and did another shooting for the Kansas City Chiefs winning at their parade or what have you. Now you got this 11-year-old girl that goes missing. This was a whole ritual that was done with her. She was murdered. This was a sacrifice, y'all. They ain't feeding you nothing but a cover story. It's bullshit. How you got video proof? And phone ping proof. Who is all these people that you claim sent you videos and pictures? If that was the case, you would have got him on the same fucking day. And you would have found her on the same day. Or at least told people, we matter of factly have gotten the proof, gotten the evidence, and know that she's in this area right here. This is the reason why we are focusing our search on this area right here to recover her body. This is how I told y'all they knew the entire fucking week, all 6 of these days that girl was already dead. They were speaking of her in the past tense. They already knew that she was dead. This is a cover-up.
It's helped us to be able to come up with these locations as well as the evidence from cell phones and as videos to pinpoint these locations. At this point right now, until we get all our information back from the medical examiner's office, we don't want to release any information concerning Audrii and condition of her body.
Why?
For the ones searching for the products you need.
Sorry about the commercials, guys.
Grainger.com is always there for you. Find high quality.
That area is one of the first areas of our concern points of interest when we started our search on Friday, or midday Friday. And again, that's going to be developed from some of the evidence. And
did you just hear what he said? That was one of their main areas of concern from the moment that they first started looking for her. Yet you didn't find her till today. That's because her body was not the fuck there. He told you in the beginning, whoever the group it was that they used, the water people or the diving people, whoever the group was that he named, he said they told them to lower the water levels. Then all of a sudden, you find her body. That's because her body wasn't placed there until yesterday. Yeah, that part.
And then, yes, there was some points where he did give information, because there were several places that he said that he had went. So it wasn't a location where he said he took her, but there was a incident where he said these were locations where he had gone.
Exactly. So where is your evidence that he is the one who committed the crime? Okay? Now, I understand him being a person of interest because, like I said, he is said to have been the one who was responsible for getting her to her bus stop. So they wanted to talk to him. So they talked to him, and I guess he lied and probably told them, hey, I dropped her off at the bus stop. Okay? And then he went on to proceed to tell them what he did with the rest of his day, where he went from there. Okay? Like this man just said. We were looking in these areas. And all the other areas that he had went that day, he did not tell us that this is where he had took her. These was just different areas that he told us that he hadn't been throughout the day. But I'm still waiting to hear the evidence that he is the one, and is solely only the one, who committed this crime.
Without this evidence that you talked about, would you have been able to find her where you found her? Without the evidence that you just described?
Yes.
You would have found her there?
We would have found her not through him, but we would have found it through the evidence that we collected from the analysis from phones and videos would have. Yes.
Was she visible?
Okay, so he's saying that they would have been capable of they would have been able to find her without the Dunn guy giving them any information because of the other evidence that they had from phones, from videos, from texts or calls or whatever they got. Who in the fuck are these people? So these are some random people that contacted you to say, hey, oh, I got pictures, I got videos of this little girl. You mean to tell me you was just sitting back taking pictures and videos of this little girl? Or this man? What the fuck is he talking about?
You used a sonar. You used a sonar boat. Texas Tech was search was out with their sonar boat, scanning the bottom of the river for her body. They're the ones that discovered the body. Is that correct?
No.
The image.
I'm not going to say who exactly or what agency discovered her.
Okay, so why?
Today.
Why? This is a little girl who has been missing. Y'all have been looking for the last 6 days. You won't tell the people. You don't want to disclose the condition her body was in. You don't want to disclose how you received the evidence. You don't want to disclose or the evidence on where to find her. You don't want to disclose how you definitively know that the Dunn, Stephen Mcdougal guy is solely the only one responsible. Now you don't want to disclose what agency found her? What does it fucking matter? She was found. Whether this was the state troopers that found her, whether it's the local police department that found her, whether it was police from a different county that found her, whether it was the divers that found her, whether it was whoever else, FBI that found, anybody involved. Why? That's how you know they lying. And he keeps saying he don't want to discuss this and he don't want to discuss that on some of this shit because he don't even know. Or either been told not to say. It always interests me on a lot of these damn things, on a lot of these situations that go on, you know what I'm saying? With they special ass, they always love to try to be diverse when it's convenient for them and shit. You want to put the black man at the front. Don't y'all always notice that? It's always a black examiner, a black chief, whereas the police or the fire chief or some black somebody that they get up there and they had to do all the talking and different shit. So if anybody look dumb or ignorant or incompetent in any type of way, it is the black person that you put the fuck up there. They do this all the time, especially when it's crimes and different things centered around black folk. That goes on. But this is a trip. This lets you further know that they are covering up a lot of shit. Unnecessary stuff to cover the fuck up. if you are definitively telling the truth. This doesn't make sense. If you had that many helpers, that many people who have video, who sent you videos and sent you pictures, and you got this person, the pings from this person's cell phone in the areas that he was in, and you had all of this overwhelming proof and evidence, then why in the fuck did it take you 6 days to find her? Why in the fuck did it take you 6 days to formally file some type of charges against this person? Why is it taking this long, since you had all this overwhelming proof and evidence? And yeah, we would have found her anyway. We would have found her with solely the information that we had alone. Why come you didn't do it? How come you didn't do it? It's bullshit.
I will say this, that due to the lowering, we were able to contact TRA, Trinity River Authority. They slowed down the outflow from the reservoir, and it allowed the water to go down, and her body was discovered there in the water. But I'm not going to say whether it was Harris County or Montgomery County or EquiSearch.
But why not?
It was a conglomeration of a lot of love and law enforcement networking together that helped discover her.
That's bullshit. That's a whole bunch of subliminal bullshit.
Was the one that told you
He's
to
lying.
lower the river, lower the level of the river. We've been told that he actually told you to lower the water on the river. Is that true?
We talked to TRA on several occasions.
So this reporter just said that the McDougal, what do you call it, Mcdougal guy is the one who told them to lower the water of the river. How in the hell would he be able to give suggestions like this to the police? Like, why would you need to tell them that? You understand what I'm saying? This lets you further know that he is a pest. He is speaking. Matter of fact, if you listen to how the conversations that they do talk about that they have had with this Dunn guy, he is speaking more so from an informant level. They call him a person of interest, but he sounds like a fucking informant to me.
About lowering it when they got to the point, or they felt they were safe to start lowering the river. We were able to get them to do so. Whether or not Mr. Mcdougal gave us information on lowering the river or not to be able to locate her, that's information that we do not want to release at this time.
One more question. One more question.
Is there any evidence that McDougal told you guys that was one of the locations where
they are lying, y'all.
He did advise that was one of the locations that he had gone. Not that he was saying that she was there or any other location, but we know that he went there as well.
Sheriff, did he kill her immediately? Until we get all of the evidence and all the autopsy reports, we're going to have to hold and work with law enforcement to determine what is the best solution to this case. If the evidence supports that, that is something that we're going to look into.
Is there any evidence she was held somewhere else, or was she killed pretty much the day that she disappeared?
We do not have any evidence at this time that's showing that where she may have been held somewhere else. But again, we are still processing mounds and mounds of information and data. Mr. Bob, last question.
Is there any evidence that there was anything used to keep the body underwater?
That is information at this time that we do not want to release.
Do you have an approximate time frame for when her body? Thank you all very much.
Thank you all for your questions. Thank you all
have
for
been listening to this news conference, and honestly, just a sad and tragic end to the situation we have been following for quite some time now. So as you just heard, the person of interest, Stephen Mcdougal, has now turned into a suspect charged with capital murder.
And Audrey's body.
Y'all, it's so much that they are hiding, that they're covering up. It's a trip. It's unreal, guys. But I thank you all so much for listening and for watching. Yeah, till the next time, peace, love, and light. I really hope, I really wish she could have been found alive or whatever, but I knew yesterday when I did the reading that she was no longer alive. I told you all that she was going to be found in that body of water. I wouldn't be surprised if she was found in that body of water surrounded by a grassy, wooded type of area or whatever, and she was. But It's just a lot. I mean, all the subliminals, all the they're covering up a lot of shit. They're covering up a lot of shit. There's a lot of discrepancies. There's a lot of subliminals. There's other shit that's going on behind the scenes, guys, with this thing, okay? But anyway, till the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God.